and ESPADA. We got a beautiful little fly through for you as we take in this scenery here on Nuke. Ready to head into this pistol round. ESPADA, T-side start. They got to pick this side. So an interesting thing to note that they've elected to begin over here.
Ooh, those odds.
On the T side, yeah, the odds from GGBet, very, very one-sided and justifiably so. A fast ramp play from ESPADA, and already Flamey has removed one from the equation. His USP heating up now as he lives up to his name. Flamey, flame in the name, fire in the game. 3 kills for him, and Navi gonna get that pistol round on the board. I channeled my inner Alex Machine Richardson there, and it's something that I have a lot of in me, apparently. Take that out of context, please don't.
Alex is inside you?
Now we're going to steer completely away from whatever in the hell it is you two are talking about. But yes, I would say just for this round only, and only this round, we're going to bring in Machine and Henry, and we're going to see what they can do.
Yes, indeed, Trace. Let's get this one started.
That's already not a good Henry
impression.
impression.
I hate doing them. I can't do them.
I can't.
It's almost like we're two entirely different people.
Stop blowing my mind. Over here with the scout outside, he's going to shut down 2, and he's looking to bring the heat.
What?
Simple with the scout, showing absolutely no signs of slowing down over here outside. And now for Sotfik and Dima in a 2-on-5. They're going to have to slow this one down if they want to have any hopes of salvaging something here in this round. Flamey is at ramp, holding down the angle, and one by one, they trickle in. Sotfik will manage a kill, and that's at least an M4 retrieve, something a little bit extra to work with here. He is now more well-armed than anyone on Navi, but it's the lack of HP that might cause some problems. Now, a second kill presents itself to Sotfik down here at the B site.
Oh. He's trying to throw it out the map.
Come on. Come on. No,
Wait,
no.
Can you not? Because the body fell, but the gun didn't. Is that blocked off or something? I swear you could.
No, yeah, you definitely can. That's so sad for Sotfik. And the insulting thing is his body even falls through.
Not the gun.
But the gun can't.
Great shots from Simple outside as well. I mean, that should never really have been around for Sotfik. He gets a couple of kills, but Navi do shut it out. And yeah, I want to talk more about ESPADA picking this T side. That's a real gamble against Navi. We know how good they are on this map. And ESPADA taking risks here, but they want to practice some of their rounds, right? They know this is the best in the CIS region, one of the best in the world. So a chance to practice whatever their rifle rounds will involve. Right now, it's just down to the Glocks, and they're going to get made quick work of. So I'm excited. The fact that they believe in their T side so much on the hardest half in the game, you know, it's so easy to just pick CT, and as long as you know, have good setups, have good rotations, which you should do on Nuke, you know, things can be fine. But ESPADA really making this one hard for themselves, and for that, I'm even more excited to see where this is going to go. First rifle round for them. Navi, bit of a bonus for the SMG, but Simple has the AWP.
Oh, Simple.
Oh, and another kill for Simple. Showing absolutely no signs of slowing down is that man. And that's kind of what we expect. Flamey over here at the ramp side, but guess who's already here? Already moved into position with the AWP. Ooh, that's close. Watch out, ESPADA. Simple has a nasty habit of getting away with things that should not be doable by any human being. Dexter and Patsy, along with Finnegan, they get down into this B-bomb site. They get that bomb planted, and Navi are now on for the retake.
Ooh, the flashes as well. Finnegan swings, the doors open, they try and make it a triple peek, but there's 3 players in Navi ready to receive. Simple can trade that one out and put them in a 2-on-1. Dexter, we know he's good. Do Navi know he's here? Yes, they've got the spray and they've got the trade. Simple, of course, with 4. No surprises here, and Navi are going to take their 4th round. Really good stuff from Simple, as always. 12-0, in fact.
164 ADR in his name, or maybe just in the game. I really working on that.
Actually, you're underselling it, Trace.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess another side of this is you have to look at if you're Navi, you don't want to let up at all, though. You want to make a statement with this game, especially over a regional adversary.
And undoubtedly on the CT side of Nuke, right? Like, you don't want to, you know, 1, 2, 3 rounds, you start to build and suddenly it's a good half. So, you know, Navi, the longer they can delay this opening round for ESPADA, the better it is. I mean, that goes without saying, really, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Well, you've said it now.
Yeah, too late. And I think Na'Vi are certainly a team that could honestly run over the CT side and just go 10-0. Like, you know, not to say I don't believe in ESPADA, but they believe in themselves. That's great, but, you know, what's the level, right? We know Na'Vi have so much to fall back on, and they've seen it all. They've seen everything. So ESPADA are going to need some serious depth in this T side. Right now, they're walking late ramp. They've got ahead of the smoke. Flamey doesn't know. He's going to spot them and drop down B. Simple is here with the AWP on rotation, but a smoke down will deny him the info, and he's going to try and fight through it. Dangerous decision, and so he bails. Flamey on B, looks away at the wrong time. They're all over the site now. They're rushing him down. It's unfortunate for Flamey. A double opener for ESPADA. Finally a round in the palm of their hand.
Yeah, B-site control going their way, and it's only Simple left in the blink of an eye. Everyone else on Na'Vi falters. And Simple looking to protect his KD, retreating now from outside. He's 12-0 right now. And he doesn't want that to change anytime soon.
You're already on this much, right? You might as well try to keep the dream, keep the meme alive. The meme ambulance, that is. Simple is going to hold on to this AWP into the next round. We're going to see a first one for ESPADA with 5 alive. That certainly will help them out. They move forward with some weapons in their hands, more cash in their pocket.
I respect keeping the KD clean for Simple. He had to die, and no plans on doing that soon. ESPADA, though, on the board, and that's what is, you know, what we were just talking about, what could be, you know, a long time coming, but it will be here in round number 5, nice and early on. I like the pace they set down towards B as well, beating out Flamey, who got caught in the corner. Let's see what the plan is now. Lots of lobby pressure. Passy even trying to get down the vents. He's missed it, but he goes back down a second time and isn't quiet about it either. Very loud. Na'Vi actually wouldn't have known because they were tucked in close, and that could have been great for ESPADA, but instead, he just takes the lower site by force. They're going to be ready for him. Flamey's taking that kill, and he can double back to the ramp room. That's the best part about that. Electronic is also lower, but he doesn't even need to be. If he wants, vent is an option to go back up. ESPADA looking outside now, looking for a new route. And these smokes down towards Secret will let them cross into Electronic. Uh-oh.
Ooh, they hear the glass break, but Simple not firing any shots off. ESPADA do get down into Secret, but it is no secret for long as Electronic gets the information that players are here. He drops that smoke, and that might force ESPADA to consider some other avenues of approach in this round. Alternatively, they can just wait for this smoke to fade and continue with the B commitment. But you'll note that Flamey's already moved into position over at ramp for a fast rotation. Ooh. Simple's even rotated down to the B bomb site to join Electronic here. And so ESPADA, not to know it, but they would be walking into what is essentially a 4-on-3 at the B site, providing that fast rotation from Flamey comes in.
They have to. Time.
Electronic just pulls off the angle, just decides to leave, and now Tuck's tail hides up here on the rafters. He's going to need some support from Simple as they try and cross into the bomb site. A bomb plant might get found here at bare minimum for ESPADA, but it's only Dexter left. If you've blinked, then you've probably missed it. A 1v5 required here, and he does deal with Boomich on the initial peak, but now that element of surprise is out the window. Ooh, he does get into the vents, but Perfecto saw him, and he's not ready for a man coming in through the Secret. Na'Vi 5 rounds on the board as they get this one under their wing.
Yeah, I mean, nice little lower stack there. That's a perfect round for Na'Vi, and that's, you know, ESPADA being really left with no options, no opportunities after they go down towards B. They lose that first man, and then they just drop lower, and Na'Vi have a full setup, full rotation. That's when it would be a great call to go up the vents, but ESPADA obviously don't know that. And the risk to call a 4-man vent climb with a bomb and 20 seconds and no lurks out upper just doesn't make sense. So ESPADA commit into the stack, and they come to regret it. A round for Na'Vi. Right back in after ESPADA hit the board. Bomb plant will enable something here at least. And things are good for ESPADA in the short term. They can buy up fully, even with some remaining cash as well. So, RV going to be put to the test. Simple, rising to the occasion. 14-0. Still yet to die. We'll be keeping track of that.
Yeah, let's see how high he can get before this this first death comes on in for Simple.
High up on that scoreboard. And that's what he looks to capitalize on. Looks to keep this ball rolling. And that outside push from Electronic, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. Finnegan's going to be there with his AK. That's already going to put Navi down by a one-man deficit.
Yeah, Simple moving into hell. He's often been very, very quick and mobile on this AWP, but keeping ESPADA guessing. He leaves outside and begins a secret rotation to try and contest this outside control. Now, mollies and smokes, flashes the full 9 yards in towards this A bomb site, but it's not a commitment. The bomb is down through secret. One man he might have something to say about that, though, is Simple, who's already on the angle. Dropping that smoke buys him more time and shuts down this B site to ESPADA. 15-0 on the board is Simple. And so you understand why ESPADA are trying to avoid him at all costs in this round. Boomich is going to hear these players coming up through secret, going to call for these rotations from the rest of Na'Vi. That molly is a little too shallow, and so Boomich is allowed to stay here, but they do have him trapped. The kills come in, but they go left and right, and this leaves Simple in a 1v2 clutch. This is where we're either going to see him win this 1v2 to keep a flawless scoreline, or finally he might get his first death on the board. Simple in from hut. He was previously spotted down at the B bomb site. Oh dear, Sopfit gets deleted, and now Dexter versus Simple. Simple winning the first in the 1v2, but not the second, and he gets his first death here and now in round number 7. Simple 16-1 on the board. Simply not good enough.
Is that it? 16-1? Come on, dude, step it up. Oh, that's such a nice try. And Dexter playing so wide as well. Playing for the fight is a real risk versus the best in the world. But hey, he wins a fight, puts ESPADA back on this T side. It's almost like, you know, if you let Simple tap the bomb there, it's like you're going to lose the round, you know, because he's just going to flick shot you. He's so fast. And so you've almost got to get ahead of his reaction time. You've got to beat him to the punch. And that's why Dexter goes straight for the fight. Patsy smoked off in the door. Just going to bail from this one. Na'Vi have a bit of utility left, but by and large run low at this current point in time, with ESPADA finding their second round. Of course, ESPADA only get away with one alive, but luckily have money on that player. Dexter is rich. Everyone else not quite the same. ESPADA looking at an A take right now with 2 players on the roof and 3 in the lobby. It's hinting towards throwing in utility and taking this top site. But Na'Vi have had no reason to rotate away from this position, given how this round has gone so far. They have 2 here, and a third ready to come up the vents if needed. The issue is, Flamey and Simple are far away. They cannot help. They cannot be any assistance. So it's down to these 2 defensive players to really put something up. And the wallbang, oh, that's going to limit Perfecto's ability. Electronic through the vents. He's here in time, but he's looking the wrong way. Shot in the back, and wants to get a retake for Na'Vi.
Yeah, it was actually him, I think, who double-clicked accidentally on the door, and when it reopened, I don't think he realized it was him who opened it. And so he gets caught looking in the door. This round's fallen apart for Na'Vi, and a third now on the board for ESPADA. That was such a shame that that's how that falls apart for Electronic. I thought he was about to do something nasty there, but just looks away at the wrong time. Simple might get a knife here. Oh no, going up onto the roof.
And you know, that's the difference when you play like non-standard positions, right? Na'Vi have a bit of a Simple doesn't have armor. I don't know the bomb radius to T-roof, but without armor, I think he could be in danger. But on the edge, should be just fine. And I'm sure he's taking fights anyway. They're looking for him.
There we go. Home delivery to Simple.
But yeah, I mean, I already forgot the point I was just making.
Nice.
But, oh yeah, with Na'Vi not playing standard positions, that's a danger, right? Like they instantly rotate a player lower, and they already have Simple in secret. So I was kind of surprised, or Garage rather. So I was kind of surprised to see a player lower when ESPADA had no one outside. Na'Vi, you know, rotating because it's been a lot of B plays, but maybe over-rotation in that sense. Simple's going to buy armor around his AWP, at least in this round, but that's all they have to play with. But if Na'Vi had a main player, if they had a Heaven player, that round could have been far more doable. So now they're stacked on the A site as ESPADA run the gauntlet. Still only pistols, so Simple, he's dropped the bomb. Every kill matters here, but he's already left in a 1-on-4 with a kill to his name. He's got to get out of this one, and they're beginning to hunt as well. They hear him outside. Ooh, Simple, any more from him? Looking for a shot. Won't connect. Third time's the charm. Ooh, maybe not. And he might be on his last legs here. 18-1 does, of course, carry on. And Simple, don't count him out of an ace in this round, but he's not ready for Finnegan to be outside the ramp. And that's going to be one more for ESPADA. This T side is good. These top sides have been really, really, fast for ESPADA, and Na'Vi are certainly going to need to start to patch that up.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. There's 15 kills on all of Na'Vi apart from Simple. Simple on 19 kills.
Whoops.
So don't really know what to make of that. I think, it's pretty telling. As ESPADA have completely left outside for the most part, right? Outside of when they go for these secret smokes and try and make the cross, they haven't been challenging, and with good reason, because Simple has been wrecking them, but he is the only man doing damage right now for this Na'Vi squad. He's also the only man not with a buy here in this round. He's relegated down to a D, in spite of having more kills than the rest of Na'Vi combined. We're back in the Zeus days of Na'Vi.
Gonna let that one hang and see if anyone wants to pick it up from Na'Vi. Simple certainly is, but we're gonna need a little bit more behind that point. Electronic on B. Oh, the boost, and it's excellent. Electronic playing passive is not safe in the stairwell. Finnegan's got a quick B pick, and I love the pace. Again, ESPADA, they do it once more. They get a kill, and they instantly rush off the back of it, taking that lower site. And this is the round. There's nothing Na'Vi can do about it. All three of their players are top. Simple only has a deagle. They're not winning this retake, so it's all about saving. But ESPADA still have lurks, or a lurk in the form of Dima inside of the lobby. He's going full res. He's 1 and 8. But he is just waiting, and Perfecto might meet him outside. Not the way he wanted that one to go. Dima's got the kill. Boomich upgrading his gun to an AK as a weapon for Simple. If only he was a little bit closer. He's on the ramp. He's found one of his own, but it's still going to be around for ESPADA. That's what matters most. And these guns aren't even getting saved for Na'Vi either, which is a rough one. Simple is given the respect to get away with his AK-47, but even though I say that, Sophic is hunting.
Yeah, ESPADA, they might be giving Simple respect, but it doesn't feel like they're giving respect away of anyone else on Na'Vi, and I think with good reason. They are just outmatching them in the head-to-heads. The only man that's really been able to throw any spanners in the works is the man that we keep on talking about in the form of Simple. And this is one of these worrying games now where even though Na'Vi are the heavy favorites and Simple is having a stellar game, if the rest of the gang aren't showing up, and if you've got 4 players sat there kind of getting in their own heads, knowing that this isn't the performance that they should be delivering, how much can you expect Simple to do single-handedly? In this round, Boomich gets picked almost immediately by Dexter on this orb. And so a man advantage taken for ESPADA straight out of the gates.
Yeah, how much can one man do? This is the question. This solo AK, again, is being asked a lot of. The Eagle does tag Patsy coming through the ramp. And they're going to commit here. Oh, maybe not. ESPADA throwing a lot of grenades, but right now is selling a fake outside. Finnegan's used all his util towards Secret, making sure Na'Vi don't have that outside area. And they will go back to ramp. They will commit to this position. Simple is no longer here, and it's all down to Flamey with a deagle. Close position, only one, and that gives so much room for ESPADA as they trade for the ramp room. They can go B, they can walk back lobby to top, they can go a heaven flank. The world is their oyster.
And so, in terms of trying to spot the problem areas right now for Na'Vi, outside, not a problem. Simple's looked great, right? And he's had support from Electronic whenever he's needed. Ramp, I think Flamey's been doing a great job, even in that round there, right? Only as a deagle. He needed to get 3 for that round to feel too doable for Na'Vi, and he's only good for 1. But what more can you expect from a deag player? And I think whenever we've seen ESPADA try and take Ramp Room in the rifle rounds, Flamey's done a very good job of making it competitive and giving them a run for their money. It's this A site site. This triple threat of Electronic, Perfecto, and Boomich that feels like it's really struggling right now over here on the top side of the map. One of the solutions you could look to if you're NAVI is maybe to like switch things up and bring Simple into that upper bomb site. I think the problem with that though is then you're having to adapt your strategy and kind of play out of your comfort zone in a sense, right? Move away from your standard game plan. And truthfully, I don't think ESPADA are the kind of team that should be forcing NAVI to make those calls, right? I think that's not really a sign that you want to be signaling to ESPADA, that you are feeling that vulnerable and that you are making these adjustments.
One thing I think we might see from NAVI moving forward with gun rounds is a little bit more aggression, some more map control to be taken, right? Like that can be hard. ESPADA have been going for a lot of lobby control with 3 or 4 players almost every round. So, you know, NAVI, they don't want to walk into a setup, but at the same time, if they feel like they've got a gap, if they feel like these outside smokes have multiple players behind and Electronic spot someone on B, yeah, NAVI, they for sure could take the lobby and swap map control, swap positions. Stuff like that can give you advantages in the CT side of Nuke when you're maybe not feeling it and you're losing bomb sites very fast. Sometimes it's about getting the information so you know at least where ESPADA go before they get there.
Yeah, look, in this round here and now, we actually do have Simple over in a different spot. He's going to go down towards ramps, trading that position with Flamey briefly. And now Flamey moves back in while Simple begins this long rotation in towards Secret. Now, ESPADA not showing their hand over here towards outside. Instead, looking like this might be another one of these inner plays. Now, we mentioned that Flamey has been looking good over here towards ramp room. That needs to hold true in this round if NAVI you want to start to put some more rounds up on the board and deny this lead to ESPADA. But the big hitter for NAVI has already been bested by Dexter. Dima drops Flamey at the ramp, and ESPADA have got the B bomb site.
Oh, man, that couldn't get any more wrong there on the ramp. And as much as Boomich wanted to try to bring this one back, it's not going to be the case. Electronic goes all in on the decon peak. It's just Perfecto. He's going to be trying to back out with this M4 in his hands. And that's going to be another one for ESPADA. So far, they're starting to win the half here. 7 rounds to the 5 of NAVI. And surely that's not what any of you had in mind out there.
No, and not on this map. Not after they... I mean, you know, sort of believed in them after they picked the T side, but right, you know, I'm still not sitting here thinking ESPADA are going to win this series, but they're showing a real hand. They're showing a real fight in this T half. Dexter taking Simple down in secret with the AWP outside in that round. And they had 2 outside for NAVI. Electronic was there as well. So, you know, ESPADA, they take ramp. They trade on to Flamey again. And that's a B site, and you've got, what, a 4-on-3 with an advantage. Like, it's just, you know, before ESPADA get the bomb down, they always seemingly have these advantages, and that can really cut NAVI out of retakes, as it did early in the game of Inferno in that first half, but NAVI piecing together moving forward, and it came out with a 10-5 by the end of things. Well, right now, that's sailing. That ship has sailed, as ESPADA are up to 7 in their T half. This is a great first half for ESPADA, but they haven't finished yet. Don't want to give up before the time is over. Smokes on the molly outside. Sophic has run the gauntlet down to B. He's going to get hurt by Electronic, but again, the info isn't there for NAVI. They don't know how many players have gotten down towards this position. So Sophic, he could be 1, he could be 4, and NAVI are waiting to figure that one out. Flamey shooting on the box and repositioning, hoping they don't check him, but he's heard footsteps, want to bail with that grenade, and he's got a timing. They're looking the wrong way. 1 and the Molotov, that's not going to happen. You're going to get traded, but he gets away with 2 before the kill comes through. Simple missed shot, responding as he runs through the smoke with the AWP. Down to 10 thanks to the Molotov, and ESPADA, they have ramp, but this time, for a change, they're at a disadvantage.
On the C stream, Hard Legion up 9-3. This is map 2, Simon up in the series, as you can tell. That's ESL_CSGO C with a twitch.tv and a / right in front of it. Sotfac.
Oh! Boomich just looking the wrong way. He didn't react. He hears the door, he hears the fact, but he doesn't go back and take the kill. It's going to be a bomb plant on the B bomb site. ESPADA in a 3-on-3. NAVI coming in for a retake. No kit. Simple's on 10 health. But he has found a wallbang kill. Don't know how, don't know where, but he's done it. We'll just take it. A 2-on-2. Hopefully, hopefully we get a replay, as he is all that stands right now. Yeah, I don't
Where
have
even
I don't
was
have a
that?
clue.
I'm trying to
I
look
don't
on the
have a
map,
clue.
and I'm like trying to piece it together.
Did he shoot through the ground? I don't know. He could have. It is simple after all.
I don't. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Surely we'll see it
Like
here
he
in a
was
second.
rotating a secret, so
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think where that even could have been through.
I don't have a
Now,
clue.
I bet when we get it on the it doesn't even
no.
get to hold on to the AWP.
Eesh.
Oh dear.
Let's look. Is this it? Got a little flamey to kick it off.
Yeah, he finds
Will we
two.
can see this?
Yeah, that's
Okay. Saltvic, yeah.
Saltvic,
What's
we know
next?
this
Simple.
one.
Here we go. Oh, it was ramp side.
It's actually, it's not impressive.
It's impressive, but it's not. It's not what we thought. It's not what we thought.
Yeah, no, I there was a moment where I'm like, did he like wallbang the door or like the ramp kind of like sheet metal?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I can't. I don't
From
know. I
A
don't know the
into
call
ramp
for
or
that like
vice versa.
specific wallbang because I've never seen anyone do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Thanks, Trace. Don't know how I could get through the day without, you know, your motivational
One-liners.
one-liners.
One-liners, yeah, man, that's what I'd call that. It was great. Had all the makings of a great one-liner there. The setup, the execution, everything.
The line, only one of them.
Flamey now has Simple boosted up on the boxes. Now, a double ramp setup is not something we've seen from Na'Vi before, and they don't check for Simple. That allows him and Flamey to get two between them. Finnegan will get that trade at the very, very least. Flamey now set up down here. At the bottom of ramp, Dexter has his eyes firmly fixed at the ramp room as well. And it's a bit of a standoff here between these two.
Ooh.
Weird Western music. We could cue that up right now. Oh, Flamey's Deagle. Only good for another, but it's still 2 kills for Flamey, and that might be enough. Now, Electronic, whenever these B plays have come in, it feels like he just runs out decon and dies in the majority of these rounds. So let's see if this one pans out a little bit differently. He backs off, tries to regroup with Boomich, but he will meet his maker. Dexter dropping 2, leaves Perfecto in this clutch. 2 kills to his name right now. He needs to double that scoreline if he wants to pick this round up for Na'Vi. Now, both these players are very, very low on the other side, but Dexter holds down the line. 9 on the board for ESPADA. And a chance at even more moving into the last round of the first half. A tactical, or technical pause, rather, called on in now. As there might be a few more upsets going on, perhaps in the PC side for one of these teams.
Na'Vi, they set up perfectly for that ramp play. It's been somewhere ESPADA have been abusing all T-side long. Na'Vi double it, they get a lot of damage. Flamey the first kill, Simple the second, and then Flamey tags a third to 10 HP, but Dexter just closes the round on his own with 4 headshots. Excellent round for Dexter. He had a couple of nice ones back on Inferno, but it didn't really hold too much weight when ESPADA got kind of rolled, 16-7.
Kind of rolled. Yeah, I could see that.
Not here, not now, though.
Yeah, no, this is not the case. Neither is it on this stream of C. It feels like there's a little bit of a copy pasta going on here. Hard Legion up 9-4 over Simon. We have a little bit of a pause over for us, and that should be drawing to a close. If you are interested in watching a little Simon gaming in the Hard Legion of esports, make sure you go to www.twitch.tv/ESL_CSGOC.
Got there in
That one's really good, man. I like it. He gave like enough time so that if anyone was actually typing it in as you were reading, they can catch up, you know?
That's because I'm always thinking about you out there that are watching.
Thanks, dude. Me.
No, definitely not thinking about you.
It reminds
you
me, like,
think about
whenever
me?
I talk to my bank on the phone and I'm, like, giving them my PIN, for example, I'll say, like, oh, yeah, it's 1, and then 3, and then 5, and then 7, and I just leave those gaps so that people can actually have the time to input that.
And what was the expiration date, again, on that card?
That would be the 06 of the 20th, so pretty soon, actually.
Nice. Harry,
Get it while it's
and
hot.
last 4 digits, please, if you don't mind. Thank you so much, Harry Russell. We'll be sure to clean that up for you.
His mother's maiden name is
Muscle.
Muscle. Yeah.
That is it, yep.
Harry
Muscle
Muscle.
Russell. You don't muscle with the Russells. That's what they say. But Russell, he got muscle. And so do ESPADA. They've been flexing their way through this T-side all game long. Na'Vi may have had a 4-0 lead, a 5-1 lead, but since that 5th round has been taken, well, boy, it's been 8 in a row on this terrorist half. ESPADA not giving anything to Na'Vi, but defeat. And will the final round of the half defeat that as well. We'll see. Sopfix pushed outside. It's a door hit. Boomich is playing close. That smoke fading, and he's about to see them lining up utility. Bomb drop. All the info in the world with the resmoke down as well. Boomich knows, and he stopped them from committing. One by one, ESPADA will fall as they try and take this A site. And now it's up to Dexter and Finnegan to 2-on-5 this bad boy.
Yeah, Flamey holding down ramp, gets the information that they're here. And now these rotations coming through preemptively for Na'Vi. Electronic set up in the double doors. Does see Dexter not able to chain together the kill, but Flamey will. And there's a 6th round on the board for Na'Vi at the end of the first half. ESPADA leading the way. You heard that correctly. The plucky underdogs sit 3 rounds up in this matchup. There's still more to come, so stick around. We'll be back with the second half of play after a quick break. Don't you go anywhere.
I'm trying to rewind, 'cause lately I've been feeling kinda hazy, like I'm stuck in a daydream, and you're not here to save me. Down and out, I hit the floor, all is fair in love and war, but I can't do this anymore, no, no. Don't take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know, 'cause baby, you feel like home. Reminiscing the late nights, we'd fall in love in the moonlight, then wake up at sunrise. Now I'm just thinking that we should go back to when we were, hold each other to feel good. Down and out, I hit the floor, all is fair in love and war, but I can't do this anymore, no, no. Don't take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know, 'cause baby, you feel like home. Take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, simple Dexter. Well, 22-5 should speak for itself. The Undertaker has shown up in spades. You might even say, wow, this guy might even be powered by the Undertaker himself. As we do dawn the lights, we do bring it all to a close here. Looking to close these curtains is Navi. They're just down by 3, and we're going to get this pistol round started. An outside presence here from the side of Nadas Vincere. You can see the GG.bet odds, the official bookmakers of the road to Rio. Gamble responsibly.
Yeah, these are some of the best odds they've had all series. These are almost better than how they started. And ESPADA, I mean, they're leading, right? That's a good sign. 9 rounds on the T side is not an easy job, but Navi known to, well, be pretty good on Nuke. And Simple, pretty good all round. And he's found the first in the yard this time. Dexter getting the trade, but he's not going to find the second player getting Hellside. He's got to deal with that. Oh, jump across the ramp, the escape, the old switcheroo, and Perfecto's dropped a player on ramp. So Boomich has gone all the way from outside, down ramp towards B, and he's here with the bomb in tow as well. Patsy has to hold the line on his own, and now it's Dexter in the clutch. He's had a great game so far, but this would be so much to ask for. Missed shots from behind. He's still alive, low HP on Perfecto, but no one can find a killing blow, and Navi have tucked in. This should be their round.
Yeah, Perfecto, and by that I mean absolutely recto, that of ESPADA. And now we continue down the path that is watching Dexter just try to put some of them away. Wasn't a whole lot of opportunity there for him to defuse the bomb, and of course he doesn't. So we're going to see Navi go up to 7. And pending the outcome of this round, Harry, this is a big one. We look at what could potentially be the 8th on the board, but more importantly, something to stabilize the economy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot riding on the beginning of this game for Navi, right? Like, they're not in a good spot. I don't think there's any denying that. It's really only been Simple and Flamey stepping up. So I think that was a much-needed confidence-boosting round for someone like Perfecto, who finishes that first half with just, what, 2 kills to his name, 3 kills to his name. Certainly not where you want to find yourself. Not when you've got a guy in the server going 22-5. And so this round, Navi looking to keep that pace high. They get Boomich down through the vents. Rotation not coming through yet from ESPADA. And this bomb is down through Secret. It will be the B play for Navi. At some point in time, ESPADA might want to think about bringing a couple of players down here. They do have a double ramp hold on the ESPADA side, so keep your eye on that to help out down at B if needed. Something I will say is that Finnegan is now checking outside, and is like, if we can go to number 7, he was just looking towards outside, holding for the cross to Secret, but they're already down. They're already through Secret. And so Dima, as he comes rotating in, is he going to be ready for the heavy little foothold that Navi have been able to grab? Dexter with this scout looking to do damage, but instead it gets dealt his way in high supply by Perfecto. Patsy will get 1, but might just want to hold on to this Galil. I don't think we see ESPADA attempt this round, and indeed they don't. They back on out. It's going to be an 8 on the board for Navi. They get that conversion in the bag, and now they look to build up and tie things up at a 9-9 scoreline before that first full buy comes in for ESPADA.
Yeah, that's Patsy and Sotfik back here towards T-spawn. It's going to leave Finnegan over on CT, and this round is over, as Harry has outlined, as Harry has said. Now, interestingly enough, you know, we look around this group and we think, okay, well, what is exactly happening within the CIS region? And, you know, for us, when we look at the list of names here of the 12 teams, you look at a team like Navi as a clear favorite. And then after that, it kind of gets a little blurry. And, you know, I have to ask in a different way, Harry, if you agree. I mean, Navi being up there, I put Virtus Pro somewhere along those lines, even though they are playing on the other stream right now, and I think they have fumbled around a little bit. But overall, the CIS region, quite a few names here. It's just Navi's the one that really sticks out.
Yeah, and you know, there is like a world in which Navi don't do incredibly in this group, and that certainly doesn't feel like it could be out of the question, right? Sure. I think when you look at teams like Fours, like VP, this is going to mean a hell of a lot to them. And in terms of, I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm just reading into this matchup.
What? He just got a collat with a
collateral dig shot from Saltfake. You absolutely love to see.
Right. Well, okay, yeah, sure. Cool. I mean,
so that there was basically a full eco from ESPADA. Yeah. And they find the round, 10 on the board. And as I was saying, if this becomes an indicative insight of how Navi are going to play, if it is going to be the case that it's pretty like slow warm-ups into this run for the Navi side, then that really could hurt them. Because, you know, while a team like ESPADA, you might be able to put through their paces just on the back of, you know, the names and the tenure that you have on the Na'Vi side, I don't think that's going to work in the same way versus the Forces, versus the VPs of this group.
Na'Vi are ecoing, you know, with like 1,700 on 2 players. That is rough, man. Na'Vi are in a tough spot right now after losing to a full eco. That was, ESPADA was save guns and just a gamble D shot that essentially won them the round. Boom, it's just gone. And you talk about VP and, you know, teams that should be going through this group. VP just lost their opening map in overtime to Prosto. And that is, yeah, that shouldn't be happening really for VP.
Yeah, but, you know, not even going to make excuses. I just want to point out that ever since that Berlin Major, it has been kind of a different look from that squad.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you know, yeah, forget about answering why. Just the reality is they have dropped off. And, well, they are going to be looking to come back in this group, as are Na'Vi in this game, because they don't want it to go to 3. That would be a shame. Simple, oh, a solo clutch. He could have done it all. He had a hero, well, AKA. He had Armor Deegan that round, the only man really with anything, and he made it close, but not going to be really giving that clutch a go. It's a tactical pulse with Na'Vi.
Yeah, just to remind you all, the Super Series starting after this matchup. Mouse Sports taking on FaZe Clan right here for the ESL 1 Road to Rio, powered by Intel. Here's a moment of brilliance for you all. Finnegan closes out the round 2. No, actually, he gets killed here by Simple. And then Simple picks up the AK, and before you know it, I mean, he was either going to die the guy going CT, or he was going to die with the other guy. So there you have it. Back to you in the studio, Harry.
Yes, indeed. We're here on the sidelines, Trace, and the server conditions, well, they're looking good for ESPADA. The same cannot be said for the Na'Vi side. Simple, the only man who's bought his umbrella on this pretty rainy day.
They had an umbrella open in here for some reason.
We did. That was Chad Sponge Birchall looking to increase his bad luck.
Yeah, the baddest boy in the block with the baddest luck.
Churchill. Bad Churchill, of course.
Mr. Churchill would like to have a word with you.
Mr. Brad Churchill would like to have a word with you.
Up next, Mitch and Dean are going to be taking the rest of this game.
Mitch and Dean, of course. Man, getting to speak to Mitch yesterday was nice. I missed that guy.
Nice dude.
That isn't what you guys were saying off air, but I guess that's fine. Now look at all the weapons over here for Na'Vi. Something to consider. Flash looks good for Finnegan. Sodfik good for 1.
That's a good trade, though. Na'Vi will take that in this kind of round, right? They are happy with a 4-on-4. They can drop B with the smoke. They can take the bomb mini. But those smokes are fading, and the bomb hasn't crossed. Are they going to go full NIP here? The bomb's now stuck on Simple behind Red. But if there's any man who knew what to do with it, hopefully things shouldn't be too problematic. Dexter's focusing on the garage anyway. He's not watching this with the AWP, so Simple can cross for the moment, but there's a second player to worry about, Dima. They know they have someone trapped in the garage, and that's what ESPADA are focusing on dealing with one by one. As Dexter gets caught, he can't move out of the way. Simple does get Dima down, and Boomich has followed up. The AWP removed. Na'Vi hang outside. They look for fights, and the fights are fantastic for them. Patsy alone in A, and Boomich making sure they can't come up the vent. That's where Finnegan wants to go, and maybe the smoke would be the play, but his escape has been cut off as well. Secret is being watched, and it seems that Na'Vi do have a 9th round in them.
Finn in the name and Finn in the game as this round draws to a close. It's like what they would say at the end of, you know,
French movie.
Yeah, Finn.
Finn.
Absolutely love that.
I thought you were going to go like a shark way with it, like Finn in the name, and he's swimming in the game out of this site.
I would have, if he was like about to do some sick clutch, then that one would have worked as well, right? Then you take it the shark route. But if it is like, just swimming around like a shark, running away, not so much like a shark. They don't run.
They swim.
And they also quite like an altercation.
Yeah.
I imagine. I don't know. I'm not a shark.
Oh, really?
That's exactly what a shark would say.
Now, not completely important here. Russian word for shark is okula. And now we know.
It's cool.
Sharks.
Cool. Now, A play, they're going to come through from Na'Vi. They'll set up back here in the lobby, and Molotov rains into the top of hut, but that is swiftly extinguished by Finnegan. Dexter going to take some aggression, looking for a gunfight, and he just might get one. There is one player now here still in the lobby. That's Perfecto. What?
Bye, Dexter.
Nice
Delete.
little shot there to find a man advantage for Na'Vi. 5-on-4, and this is a lot of weight off the shoulders of Na'Vi in this round. Right now, they can ease back into whatever this game plan was towards outside. Maybe not the results they were hoping for, but Flamey works hard to keep this in the advantage of Na'Vi. Patsy chases him down. The lineup is almost in for Sotfik. Simple and Perfecto, a 2-on-2. This was a 4-on-5 for ESPADA that they've been able to turn into a doable, a more than doable round. Simple has made a lot of noise. Oh, Dima checks him. Low HP on Simple, and he's not able to win that out. Now it falls to Perfecto to win this 1v2 clutch. The bomb is controlled by ESPADA, and a rotation down through the vent is available to Patsy.
The other window wasn't broken, but he chose to break it. Like, he's looking for fights. He's been very loud about this, but this is a dangerous play. 15 seconds, and he's got to kill them both, really. There's one, turns around, and Patsy is quick. Saves ESPADA, saves that round for the CT side, and we're getting closer and closer to Dust 2 by the second.
Yeah, and this is ESPADA.
We are ESPADA.
They're up 12-9. They're really putting Navi to the test here on their map pick. Now, as a testament to some of the stuff that we spoke about prior to this game starting, Nuke definitely a favorite map and a map that Navi looked good on. So what's going on here, Hugo?
I mean, it was a great T side for ESPADA, right? Like, this CT side, we're off to a... It's a, you know, that's a third round for ESPADA. Obviously, they win that eco off of the back of Sotfik's double Deeg, and then anti-eco Na'Vi in the follow-up, with only pistols for Na'Vi, and then Na'Vi went around. ESPADA come right back in with one. That was just a 2-on-2. Where Simple, I don't think he realized how deep ESPADA had gotten, how they'd already pre-rotated B. They beat him to the punch. And of course, him getting lined up to put him on low HP certainly doesn't help as well. If he's full health, maybe he wins that fight versus Dima. Instead, Na'Vi got to force, and that's when you know they're in a predicament right now. So you know ESPADA are in control of this game, because they are making Na'Vi uncomfortable. Simple has 27 kills, and that's the worst part, because he's been fragging his nuts off since the start of this game, and no one's really been around him. No one's really been holding their own alongside Simple, and that cannot afford to happen. A topside play by Boomich. Good night.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. They put him in a tomb, and now ESPADA trying to hold off the ramp room. Trying something new there. Don't know if it's landed, but
like
maybe the ramp play coming in from Na'Vi now.
It's not amazing.
It's not amazing. No, this ramp play has slowed right down. And that's
this is a perfect example of a round where you take lobby and you can back up to take ramp. You can back up to lobby and you win the round, because if you walk into A right now, no one's there. But I apologize, Harry. I really cut you off.
Oh no, the karaoke hour must continue. Good grief. Either way, yeah. Navi slowing right down to a grinding halt. They heard Harry singing. They said, you know what? Y'all can keep the ramp room. We definitely don't want to go through that again. So,
yeah, you know, I do like to think this is a bit of a personal attack. Finnegan taking up a position in Heart for a bit of a personal up-close attack of his own. Ready with this MP9. Player's about to come his way. Simple. First man in. And is able to deal with Finnegan almost immediately. Now trying to pick the pace up, trying to secure this A bomb site. Simple's been used to doing heavy lifting, and that needs to continue in this round now. Electronic does get that trade onto Sotfik, but up through the vent, Dima goes. Very little time left. Simple has his teammates back covered, and he might do enough in this round. Almost single-handedly to make the magic happen. They boosted up, but they haven't seen Dima wrapping close. Simple has a hunch, but a hunch is not enough. Perfecto swings wide and can't get the trade. ESPADA 13 on the board. Almost a 30 bomb for Simple, and the next nearest man on his team is Flamey with 18 kills. It's when you look beneath that you realize just how deep this problem lies. There is a 23 KD difference between the man at the top and bottom of this Na'Vi squad right now. Craziness.
They swing him one by one, though. Like, this is not that's not Na'Vi. That's not what they're often doing. Simple just swings. Like, if he wins that fight, it's fine. But Perfecto, he waits a second. If you're going to do that, you either go with Simple or you don't go at all. You don't give Dima 2 seconds to just hold and wait. Obviously, it's hindsight, but, I mean, what else have we got at this point? Na'Vi That is a hell of a round to lose.
Now, for us on the other side of things is we have the opportunity to run a poll and we have the opportunity to show it live on air. Now, what we're going to do in that is either go hashtag Harry for the boom, boom, boom in the tomb and all that, you know, other stuff that he should have left in the other room karaoke sort of analysis. Or we have Hugo B. Byron of Brighton Beach over here, and that's going to be hashtag Hugo. So let us know, chat. We're going to show the results live on air. We continue to play with our tools up here. And as you can see, there are your options. Now, jumping back into it.
Right?
We've heard of, you know, armchair analysts. We've heard of shotgun weddings, but you've never heard of the karaoke breakdown. And that's what I'm having right now.
I could say I've seen a few breakdowns amidst the karaoke session, but
yeah. No, that's very true.
Karaoke is one of those things that's only fun when you're doing it. Not really as fun to watch.
Well,
that's a lie.
It's not so much karaoke as carry. Okay, that's from Simple in this game right now. He's looking very, very good. He's got that Deegan hand in this round, but he's been the only shining light for Na'Vi. They try and duck dive across here towards outside, but Sophic has heard it and he catches the timing. Simple is blindsided down in secret. The bomb is dropped. Sopfic's on 3, does get caught by Boomich up on top of the silo, but that is the only bit of good news that Na'Vi have in this round, and it does get returned swiftly by Dexter. Flamey, 1v4 required. He does get down towards the B-bomb site, and he is looking for this fight onto Dima. Does land a convincing deke shot there to make it happen. A 1v3 still required, still on the cards. Flamey has been this second man within the squad who we've looked to step on up. Can he do it again? Trying to look for these fights at secret. Will he be ready for 2? They are ready for him, and Finnegan has it dead to rights. 14 on the board for ESPADA.
Now, interestingly enough, you've all voted for this. Now, you've all brought this upon not only yourselves, but us included, the poll going in the way of Harry. So, Hugo, any thoughts there? Any kind of like last words before we put you away and back into storage?
You were like, okay, what's better, Harry's thing that he did or just Hugo generally? I mean, I didn't really have anything to offer there, Trace. You're comparing,
you heard it from the horse's mouth. Nothing to offer here.
Apples
Hugo
with nothing.
B. Byron.
I didn't do anything. What are you comparing? Just us generally? Is it a popularity contest?
Yes.
Okay, I've lost it. Cool. That's fine, you know?
I think we could tip, you know,
I'm not mad, okay?
For those of you who are
fine.
tuning in with a meal ready, this might feel a bit over-salted here as we head into this round.
Malding, of course.
Salt now.
And you're going to have to check the sodium levels over on Navi as well. They drop this map. Well, we go to 3, and that's going to be decided on Dust 2.
And if Navi loses series, yikes. Big yikes. Like, this map is one thing. It's their pick. It shouldn't be happening anyway, but impressive stuff for ESPADA. But right now, they are 2 rounds away from sending us to Dust 2.
No, this is very, very impressive from ESPADA, right? Because even though it does feel like a bit of a no-show from the majority of the Na'Vi guys outside of Simple and Flamey, very few teams have been able to take a convincing victory over Na'Vi when it is just Simple showing up, right? Even if you think back to that like dreaded game in the Pro League where Simple drops,
Big,
54 kills versus Big and then loses that map, it still went to overtime, right? It was still very, very close, and that's because Simple can do things in the server that make him count for almost like 2 or 3 guys. And so ESPADA are doing a great job of making this look convincing, but in this round, it's turned very, very sour, very, very quickly. Dexter is left in the clutch. It was a 1-on-3. He's turned into a 1v2, feigns the drop down from heaven. And so now we're just going to wait a moment. Has Na'Vi considering that this main flank could come through, but no one's fallen for it just yet. Perfecto's inside of the site. Meanwhile, Simple is playing back in the hut. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see Simple, or Perfecto rather, look to exit and join up with the man back in hut. Instead, he hangs around, holds onto the heavens, and he catches Dexter looking away from the bomb site. 10 on the board for Na'Vi, trying to recover this game.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, Dexter right there, right before he goes down, you notice, he's got a Molotov. He's got a flash. He's even got a decoy if he wants to get super freaky with it. But, you know, for what it's worth, you peek out, you die to Perfecto, and now there's a 10th on the board for Na'Vi.
Yeah, you're at least trying to find out where someone is before you use Molotovs, right? You don't want to throw grenades that aren't doing anything and waste your time and be caught with a gun or with no gun in your hand. So maybe you're hoping to get a one-on-one, then stick the bomb or molly hut. Loads of options available there. But yeah, I mean, couldn't find a kill. Perfecto holds a nice off angle. And Na'Vi, they've broken the money. This is it. If Na'Vi want to 2-0 this series, if they want to win this game, if they don't want to play Dust 2, It's about locking down every single round from here. No more mistakes, no more collaterals. Not that you can control that. And well, a flawless T side, 6 in a row needed. ESPADA a full eco. This gives something to Navi. This gives the beginning of the comeback in their hand. And that's me, of course, assuming this eco is not going to go the way of ESPADA. I feel like it's a safe bet, but...
Well, we've seen weirder things happen here.
We have.
Between the Road to Rio and Pro League. Anything is possible, Harry.
Anything is possible, and that is very, very true. That said, you know, it is just vanilla pistols. Vanilla, of course, the most basic of flavors. But that's not to say you shouldn't appreciate it for how nice it is.
Well, let's not call it basic. Let's call it most popular. It's most widely known.
Yeah.
And most widely accepted. Now, speaking of which, here comes a little bit of an action from the side of Navi. But look at the 4 players for ESPADA. They're all grouped up in hell. They want to put a little bit of presence outside, and now the information's there. Perfecto has gotten a peep. But will he enjoy the show? Perfecto takes down 1, and what is a push? An all-out aggression here for them to try to take some weapons from Navi. 15 seconds, the bomb goes down just now, and only Finnegan and Dima alive.
And make that just 1. This anti-eco has been made nice and quick work of by the likes of Navi. Oh, there's a kill. Perfecto getting double dinked, and that's something, but it's not a lot. Navi still take a 4 alive round and get up to 11. Money's fine, and really you're at the point that where if you lose a round anyway, this game might just slip regardless. So Navi again looking for flawless rounds. The AWP is out for Dexter, and he has been a bit of a shining star for ESPADA. Sophic top fragging this one. But Dexter's still been there where it matters. And let's see where he takes this AWP. Simple doesn't have his own. Navi is still rifled up.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the side of Navi, it's Electronic that is really in the deficit here. Not having a good time with it today. Molotov's coming out on top of the hut, trying to give themselves some space to work with here. Navi have found themselves down towards the vent. They've also even got Electronic in secret. Dima just hiding, waiting for his opportunity to pounce here in the lower site.
I'm not sure what happened, but Boomich tried to cross without the smokes being down. There was only 1 smoke, and he ran to him like in front of a Molotov, and it wasn't smoked, and he gets shot by the AWP. Like, Boomich, you know, he's a great player, but a lot of the time for Navi, you see him make very risky opening plays off of a spawn, and that can, a lot of the time, put Navi in 4-on-5s and to their deficit. So, you know, while rewards often come with a risk, well, it's a risk for a reason. Sometimes it doesn't pay off. And in this round, when Navi need it more than ever, it doesn't pay off. So 4-on-5, and they do have lower, but Dima's inside of the site just stalling.
This round shaping up to be real weird. Again, running this clock to the max.
Yeah, something that's a real problem here is to get this bomb to B, you've got to go through lobby. And ESPADA have just pushed in and taken this position. Now, this, like, looking at this,
is a round over,
the B site just is a no-go right now. There's still a player at ramp. And so they try and hit A. They try and go up the vent. 20 seconds. They run into Patsy. They do best him. Electronic able to deal with Finnegan. There had to be a change in plan there from Navi, and it's that decision to go up through the vents that rewards them handsomely. They read that entire situation very, very well. And now they get that bomb planted in a 3-on-2 post plant.
Oh, I thought that was done, Harry. I thought you were right. That bomb could not get towards B, and the player in the lobby stalls things out for so long. Patsy killing Perfecto, and thank the Lord that Flamey was there to trade to keep Navi in this round, because ESPADA, they're going to have to save their guns. That AWP, it finds first blood, it finds nothing post that. Dima's dead as well outside, and Dex is trying to hold onto this gun in the secret area. He'll be fine, doesn't need to worry about the bomb here. It's going to be a 12 for Navi. They still recover, but I mean, I thought that one was really gone unless, you know, Navi ran up the vent at such a fast pace. It's a risky play, but it works wonders. And Navi, 12 rounds, 3 in a row. They need 4 more.
Yep. Well, Navi came, Navi saw, came and saw again. They do what they have to do, and then they break the law. But of course, for the time being, the only thing they're trying to break here is this marginal scoreline from ESPADA. Very admirable to get themselves up to 14, but potentially Navi here starting to bring it back, itching right back into the game itself with 12 rounds.
They've at least broken the money, and they know that. Boomich is on a Mac 10, so he's going to do something heroic here and try and get some anti-eco kills in the mix.
Yeah, Boomich going to go fast out, down through the vent, and he does get through. Now, there are already 2 players here down at the B bomb site. One of these being the AWP on Dexter. You got to watch out here.
Dexter.
If you're Navi, and Dexter will run away now with this little AWP. It's a game of cat and mouse, and Navi.
Look at the stack.
Yeah, they leave the lower side of the map. That's the right decision to make, as everyone from ESPADA had rotated down. Boomich is left here to continue keeping these players in position.
Dear.
Dexter actually even tagged Electronic, but through his teammates, so he TK'd, and that kept him alive. 13 rounds on the board now for Navi, and this could all fall apart for ESPADA in the very closing segments of regulation, 13-14. You know, we were giving some flack to a couple of players on Navi just because it did feel like they were underperforming. I think that Flamey deserves a huge pat on the back for keeping this up alongside Simple. He was the only guy who was stepping up with him in that first half. He's kept that showing. And another guy who I think deserves a lot of credit here is Perfecto. He came into this second half with 2 kills to his name. He was dead last on the board. It was dire. And he has really turned this one on its head.
Well, let's not also, you know, skip over the fact that Boomich in a big way the first map. So all in all, in this series, it's been individuals that are stepping up. And unfortunately for the Navi show, it's just not Electronic here on Nuke just yet. Now, he has done a pretty good job on this T side of getting down into the secret area, which he is pretty much known for. There are entire games where you'll see him spinning the entire thing inside a secret, one way or the other.
Yeah, and we see him on CT side, right? Like, he was there a lot, but he wasn't really able to hold it. We think about the B splits that ESPADA got away with on T side, like dropping ramp, splitting secret to B, and that's stuff that Electronic couldn't hold. He's having a rough one. So, you know, that maybe shows why Navi are in this position. Now, in this round, they throw smokes outside. ESPADA have no info. They've also not gambled anyone lower. This is a real risk, but it's the right call. Navi have faked it. They've gone with no on B, and they're going to be going for a top hit. And this could be a round for ESPADA. That flash is so good for Navi that it hits Patsy. It makes a lot of noise, and Boomich is going to be able to find him. More players on the site, though. ESPADA are stacked up here, and Navi are walking into it. They've been stalled out by the Molotovs. Do they still want to commit, or do they want to dive down vents instead and take lower? That seems to be the play. It's a safe one for Navi, but those rotates have come through. Dexter's here, only good for 1. Simple holding the lobby. He's dropped 2 more on rotation. They can go back up the vents if they please, and that would be the call to make, because Demons come from the ramp room to here, and Navi, I love it, playing with their food. Up, down, back, forth, left, right, off, on. And they're back on with a T-side round to 14.
And you know, Hugo, Dima, he's sick, but ultimately, little too much on his plate, and he will not be returning to the buffet. It's going to be Navi to run away with this round. 14-14, 14 all even. Just about put this one away.
Yeah, you got to feel rough if you're a ESPADA here, but this is, I mean, you know, this is what it's like playing against one of the best teams in the world, and you let your foot off the gas, and they're gonna give you a drive-by. This is what NIP felt like yesterday. You know, losing a huge lead on back-to-back maps versus Astralis, and well, ESPADA, it wasn't huge here, but it was a 5-round lead. They had a 14-9, and Navi have done everything in their power to make things equal once again. If you look at the money coming into round number 29, ESPADA do not have the buy that they hope. It's got to be the awful situation of deciding to eco for OT or fully committing now. You may as well half buy it for ESPADA. That's probably the safe decision. Put some pistols in so you can still win, but hold out for round number 30. Meanwhile, on the C stream, well, we're not the only potential overtime in play.
No, that's heating up there between Simon Gaming and Hard Legion. Now, Simon Gaming are one of the squads I said I think could surprise us here in this CIS division. And they've got this round nice and close. This actually could be sick. Let's stay on it a little bit, seeing as we have a tech pause.
Wow.
Nice try from the Simon Gaming guys. For anyone watching, you'll know that I'm a big Norbert fan. I like that he's found his footing over here in the Simon Gaming roster with some capable guys around him.
Wait, is that what that says? Norbert?
Norbert, yeah.
Nor 7 BRE.
The lead speak. I don't know us boomers. We really don't.
ESPADA have actually bought here. This is, I kind of like it because it's decent. They had a player saving, so he's dropped a gun over, and they've actually afforded 3 M4s in this round, but utility lacking on a couple, and only 1 kit, plus no orb.
So in keeping you all up with the latest and greatest, what's happened here is we've caused a pause. It seems as though Perfecto's technical situation has become a little bit defecto. So perhaps it'll be fixed and we'll be back here just shortly, in just a few seconds, I believe is the word I'm getting. So
from Perfecto to Perfect, no.
Wah, wah,
Or more like perfect, question mark? No.
wah, wah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice soundboard you have.
Thanks, dude.
I've been working on it.
Nice.
I've been adding some things to it. Got a Zeus sound effect as well.
Okay,
I'll push the button now.
Ah!
There we go.
Dude, that's
pretty
sick.
cool. Yeah. I got the simple line on here. Maybe I could play that one even now. Who knows? If I'm feeling really lucky, I'll hit the button. I'll play that simple sound effect.
You have the simple sound effect.
I do. Look, you ready?
Yeah. Hit the button.
Sorry, man. I can't actually find it. Hang on. I got so many set up. I think it's on the page. I think it's on like the 4th page. This, how do you lose this? There you
Wow,
go.
that's
That was
perfect,
good.
Harry.
You nailed
Whoa,
that.
what? Is that simple?
How do you
Yeah.
lose these?
He's in the studio. Well, 14-14. Let's get down to crunch time. It's the last 2 rounds of regulation in the second map, and NAVI, on their pick, they have pulled things back. ESPADA had a great T-side, a 9-round end of first half, and NAVI have been recovering since. They've come alive as soon as ESPADA hit 14, and they're looking for just those little lucky number 2 more. Dexter has a good off angle. Oh, this is a great setup, actually. Sophic is baiting them in, and Dexter is going to be able to get multiple kills if they feed him here. Electronic, we talk about him having a rough game. Well, this is not the setup you want to walk into when you're having a rough game.
Not ideal.
Oh, that works. Sure.
Ooh,
Cool.
there it is. Maybe it is the setup you want to walk into if your name just happens to be Electronic. As he deals with both the players down on B, Navi are quick to move into this vacant property. The landlord has kicked out these old tenants, and now Navi go moving in with that bomb. They're going to get it set up down towards the B bomb site. Dima trying to deal with Flamey still outside, and he does get that kill. So now a 3-on-3 afforded to ESPADA here at round 29, 14 all. And it's at this point that one of these teams reaches map point. Will it be match and series point for Navi, or a chance at a 3rd for ESPADA? All 3 players coming in through the ramp, and Electronic, he's waited all game long for a big moment. 4 kills in this round to solidify a 15th for Navi. It's match and series point in favor of the favorites on their map pick. They take the last, 6 rounds in a row to get us here. That is wild when you think about it, right? Because there was a time where this was 14-8 in favor of ESPADA.
Yeah, it looked like Dust 2 was coming through, and Electronic, I love the play, right? He reads that setup, he throws a flashbang. Once he gets the kills, he immediately opens the doors and takes B. He knows ESPADA aren't going to have more than 2 players lower, and they've only seen 1 dude. They can't over-rotate, so Electronic has afforded so much control there, and he wins around for his team with 4. Sophic spammed through the smoke. He's been great in this game, but he might not even have a say into this round. Dexter's trying to cover his back from the garage, but the smokes are down for Navi again. The rat back is covered. Dexter gets a kill instead. Electronic is still dead in secret, but Simple has responded onto a different man, finishing the job that Electronic started. They now know that Dexter here is here as well. Navi want nothing to do with it, and they'll set Simple up in secret. 36 kills to his name. If he killed everyone here, it'd be the 40 bomb in a regulation win.
Yes, sir. Can Navi do it, or are we going to OT? As Drake once said, it's not a whole bunch of love when we go OT. It's often when we see these teams throw their strap books a little out the window. But this wasn't a series we expected Navi to show a lot of their strats in, you know. But I guess given the situation, the current situation that is, that's 15-14. So now would be the time to pull one of those tricks out of your bag. Boomich with a kill onto Dexter. Simple is going to get caught off guard. And that is going to prove to be a big problem.
Yeah, it's a nice off-angle Finnegan. Simple looks towards the vent and gets caught. Flamey opens up onto A, and Na'Vi, they're going to get wrapped. This is the bomb as well. Patsy's dropped it as a second player that's so low. Patsy's stalling 20 seconds, and an expert play. Boomich is caught on the site. Perfecto rather. Flamey get gone as well, and ESPADA have done it. They've taken us to overtime. Money was not their maker, but they're going to get it done with what they got and bring us into bonus rounds here for the road to Rio.
36 kills in regulation for the man that is Simple. You might know him as Simplest Vincier. Leading this pack. And of course, Harry highlighted that Flamey is also doing that. He's on 27-21. Meanwhile, pretty even over here for the side of ESPADA. They've done a pretty good job of keeping Navi in this game and really keeping it competitive. So hats off to him. ESPADA, no one, or at least no one that I've talked to, really thought you'd bring him to it this close.
No, not a overtime on, such a good Navi map.
Yeah, man, it's like we all said though, right? Like Navi, it's all about the individuals, and with this ESPADA squad as a team, they're probably better. No, I don't think that's what anyone said, but that's how it's looking in the server right now, and that is just wild. Trace, you just mentioned it. The kill distribution for ESPADA is like neck and neck. Everyone's chipping in. Everyone's pulling their weight here to make this happen. And the same cannot be said on this Na'Vi side. 36 kills on Simple, 27 on Flamey. That's 64 kills between the two of them.
That's a couple of kills.
Electronic trying to pick up the pace outside. He does get shot in the face, but Boomich is there to keep things even. Perfecto just about gets out of the ramp room as well. As now Na'Vi look to set up over here for an A-site play. Boomich has made noise getting into the garage. Dima now knows and is wrapping onto him. Boomich just turns around. He has an inkling and gets brought down to 1 point of health in the process. Still deals with the man outside. This A-play looking to come in. Mollied out is Finnegan. Patsy up above, hidden, tucks himself in. Perfecto hasn't checked it, and Patsy is allowed to rain down death. Finnegan still here, and still a problem. Na'Vi, they try and get down through the vents, but it's Flamey and Boomich on 101 points of health between them. And that's very unjustified in describing this situation, because Boomich, one shot away, one grenade away, even getting hit by a flashbang would be certain death at this point for him.
Yeah, Finnegan or Patsy sneeze, and it's all over for Boomich. You see them, they're both on 59 HP themselves. Kit's over there on Finnegan, and they're going to wrap towards the hall side of lower.
I think Flamey's just going to send Boomich out on his own and let Boomich die here, and then ESPADA won't expect a second player, you would think. Let's see. They're going to tap the bottom. They're sticking it. They're on the defuse. Got to spam the smoke. Wrong side, wrong side. Flamey! He's not going to be able to stop it. The defuse comes through. Both players die for Na'Vi. And, well, oh well, it's going to be the opposite of what I said. Boomich was hiding. Flamey was the one going for fights. And he won't spray the right position either. So, crazy situation. This is Boomich getting away with that kill. Never should have happened. Dima had the wrap, but Boomich, great stuff from him. Not enough for a round, though. It's ESPADA finding back-to-back rounds to bring us into OT and to take the first of it.
Now, we do have a bit of a technical pause, and that would be due to a TeamSpeak issue. So we'll be ready to pick it up. Ooh, jump back into the game here before you know it. We're not going to let you miss an action here at all. The SL1 Road to Rio. A TeamSpeak issue, I'm told. Imagine that.
Classic.
I do love it when it gets to about 15-14, 15-13, 16-16. TeamSpeak issues now a little more prevalent around those time frames, and it's interesting. We'll give it that. I'm not saying that he has the robot voice in TeamSpeak, but he might.
The old ping problem.
Greetings, Earthling. We do apologize for the delay. We'll be ready to jump back into this any second. Meanwhile, we've got some OT over here between Simon and Hard Legion and Virtus Pro.
Virtus Pro?
They have Pro 100 just barely on the ropes, 10-9. And by that, I mean Pro 100.
Prosto.
Yeah, Prosto.
That's my bad. You know, I've read it Pro 100. You know, I'm done with you guys.
But no, because everyone called them Pro 100 in the beginning, but it is Prosto.
100 is Sto.
Yeah,
Russian.
and then also the word Prosto means
Prosto.
Something else. It's something to do with like...
Sto? What? It means what, maybe? I don't know.
I think it means like the number 1 or something like that.
Well, it means 100.
No, yeah, I don't know. It has some other meaning.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
Prosto does. It's like a 2 for 1. It is like a play on words. but obviously I'm just not intelligent enough to know the answer.
Well, no one really refuted that, Harry. And of course, as we look into this game a little bit deeper, what are we looking at then?
Yeah, well, immediately, Flamey gets dropped in this round, and that is a huge scalp for Dexter to find in this one. Flamey, one of the guys who has been putting up consistent numbers here for Na'Vi, removed from the second round of OT. Sotfik holding for this cross. There is a big gap in this smoke, and he's going to look to exploit that to its fullest. Now, in amongst all of this, Electronic has gained quite the foothold over here in Garage, and he can actually clear main now. Ooh, we didn't see Sotfik, and that there.
Look at Secret.
Maybe doesn't matter. If Electronic can get into heaven, then you're poised brilliantly to go for an A-side play. But you're right? This Secret crossfire with main, Dexter gives up his position, and Boomich does find Sotfik immediately. That is huge, because now this position of Electronic in heaven is so valuable to Na'Vi. Electronic can have this whole round dead to rights, and indeed he does. 2 kills up in heaven. And Dexter, all that's left to do is hold on to this AWP. A 16th will be found for Na'Vi as they make the A play work wonders.
Yeah, the timing of that kill from Boomich is unbelievable. He kills the main player, and that forces both players on the A site to look towards main. They think they're being wrapped by Na'Vi. The ramp player rotates as well. Electronic's already up above, and he can just drop a bullet down below, take the round for Na'Vi. Kills 2 on the A site as well. Or, the top hub player, Na'Vi deal with the other man inside of the site. That was Boomich doing that. And Na'Vi up to 16. Dexter, he had a chance in this round. He peeked Secret. He even found the opening kill onto Flamey. But when he goes for that Secret peek, Na'Vi, they see him. He misses his shot. He can't go back in. A risk of dying to Simple's AWP. And Simple, it must be a nice feeling for him. Doesn't have to play into that round at all. Not in any way. As ESPADA are made quick work of by the rest of Na'Vi. 16-16, last round of this half of OT. With how this game has been very T-sided, Na'Vi are looking for 2-1.
Yeah, that first to 19. In case you've never watched an overtime before, in case you're watching a professional CSGO match for the first time, well, I want to introduce you to this guy, Simple. See, when he joins the server, crazy things start to happen all around the board. And in this notion, this was a game where we never thought ESPADA had it in them to take Na'Vi and put it on them. But they certainly have done that. In this OT so far, we're tied up neck and neck. Dima, some shots down towards the radio room from ramp. And he's going to land some damage on a Simple. Grenade out as well. And here comes a flash. He's not going to be alone. Dima has backup here, ramp. They're going to go for it. Dexter with the AWP.
Oh, yeah, such a hard spot for Na'Vi to get out of, and Simple can't get back in with the AWP. These 2 players crossing left, Dexter missing, goes for it with a deagle. If they lose the round, Dexter is going to regret that decision. He has a great couple of kills to start off, but he might have let Na'Vi back in with an unnecessary smoke push. He can't afford to make these mistakes versus this team, but Demon does pick it up down on B. Another 2-on-3 for Na'Vi. And do they want to commit to this lower site with the rotations already having come through?
They will get that bomb plan. He's going to tap it first and foremost. That's going to make Finnegan show his position. Albeit there are 3 alive, so every avenue of approach is viable here.
Finnegan!
Close the door!
Playing around with the door.
Hold on!
What? Flamey just stuck it?
He gets the bomb planted. Balls of steel on Flamey, but it all falls apart for Na'Vi in the post-plant. ESPADA getting a 17th on the board.
Yeah,
19 is the magic number we're looking for to take us to that 3rd map if ESPADA are able to get it done. Now moving in to their T side, Na'Vi having to switch things over into the CT half. Now, they trailed behind in a very big way here in the first half of play, right? They only managed to put 5 rounds up on the board.
But what's big for Na'Vi here is they have the money, right? So they get everything they want. They get Simple on the AWP. They get to deal with this this play for ESPADA. But where do they go? A vent dive attempted. Boomich going to spray. He does get some assistance from Simple. Now Na'Vi don't know they've cleared that up. They might think there's a player down B, but what they have done is at least remove the only player attempting that vent dive. Flamey on the ramp. We know he's a tank here, and Na'Vi, good advantage to take early into this round. It's not undoable to go flawless on the CT side. But we know, let's think back to what ESPADA got away with so many times. It was, you know, outside fakes, a lot of ramp splits, a lot of B plays in the end. Didn't really do a lot topside until the latter stage of the half, in which case they found a lot of good timings where they forced Na'Vi down lower with these outside smokes. They took ramp, they would go back top, sometimes winning it, sometimes not. Right now, Na'Vi are poised, though, and ready on this A site with a man in the vents to rotate up fast.
Perfecto drops another smoke. He drops up there towards the squeaky door, and rightfully so. ESPADA just set up inside of lobby now, now with the remaining 4 members that they have left. A little bit of forward positioning on Dima, and Patsy's able to swing should he run into any contact. That's going to be Perfecto peeking out from behind the silo, finds Dima with ease. The rest of the squad's here. Perfecto with 2. Holding the fort down, holding the line. But Dexter, with this AWP, he's going to have something to say about it. And for the time being, he's going to look to grab that bomb and get it planted here. Spot up. Not going to make that happen, though. This inner upper hit did not go well.
Yeah, the first CT round of overtime for Na'Vi goes their way, 17-17. ESPADA now setting in for the long haul. They said it couldn't be done. In fact, never been done before by this squad versus the Na'Vi side. And here we stand, Trace. Double OT on the cards. A neck-and-neck series thus far, and ESPADA taking on these heavy favorites in the form of Na'Vi. They've made it look more than competitive thus far, and is that set to continue now? They've been keen to not lose a man early on. Or Sotfik was the unfortunate player to get dropped in the opening of that round for ESPADA. In the one prior, they're going to set up these outside smokes again, and this is where Electronic and Boomich are going to have something to say about the matter. Electronic attempts to deny that smoke, doesn't quite manage to do so.
Yeah, and that's cool. Every team throws different lineups. Even if the smoke lands in the same place, they have different ways to throw it, and that's to keep the teams on the toes, stop them from molotoving off the bounce spots like on top of red. But it's a fast A play, it's a fake with those outside smokes. Again, they try and force a rotate of Na'Vi out of the A site. They do a good job, but Electronic lines them up through the smoke. 2 players in just a couple of bullets. Sotfik coming in on a flank. Boomich is going to trade for the door. It's a smoke spray for Boomich with 2 again. Sotfik in a clutch. He's been so good, and this is going to be a lot to ask of him. 7 HP, and Simple again in the lobby with the one-on-one, saving it for Na'Vi. He's laughing at his teammates. And he's going to save the day. 18 rounds, got to get that defuse in, and 1 more left until a second overtime or a done deal.
And you look at that round, and it's all over the place, right? And that's kind of what I'm trying to tell everybody when it comes down to just what happens in overtime to the playbook. Like, where these teams go, where they tend to take things is a little bit more sporadic across the map.
Also, I want to talk about Electronic, right? He has had a rough game. He has had a really, really bad one with like 8 kills and like 20 rounds deep. But as soon as we hit Na'Vi coming back on the T side in regulation, man, Electronic comes alive. He gets those double B entries at 14-14 that put Na'Vi on match point. And he's stepping up here and now. Double spray through the smoke. He's got 16 kills, and that is a real recovery considering how low he was down on that scoreboard at one point. So props to Electronic. He's come alive for Na'Vi, and Simple has closed all these OT rounds for them.
And so suddenly the atmosphere in the server changes a hell of a lot, right? This has suddenly gone from being a ESPADA's game that they were upsetting in, that they were almost running across the line, to now one they have to try and claw back to double overtime, and they have to do it a man down as well. Losing Dima early on to Flamey over at the ramp room. Outside smokes looking to get set up again from ESPADA as they try and run the gauntlet here. Outside, Electronic still floating around in the garage, looks to be a threat. Even then, there's a rotation from Simple over here towards the hell side, not dotting that AWP, only on the M4. So a little bit limited in terms of what he can bring to the table here in terms of helping Electronic. And Electronic not in the need for help. ESPADA, they get everyone past those smokes. 4 players down through Secret, and only 1 man at the B side of the map for Na'Vi. But that man, well, it is Simple. And I say that with some hesitancy. This man is equal part machine, equal part beast as well in the server. And he's looking to go unchained here. Simple has to deliver. He's all alone at the B side of the map. He needs at least one if this wants to be an easier round for Na'Vi. Here's the double door swing. The bomb is dropped. Simple getting pressured, but he answers the call, doubling up. Flaney's in on the rotation, and a missed shot from Dexter costs them this round. Na'Vi, they take this series in overtime, 2-0 in their favor, but a long haul as they have to brawl with ESPADA here on Nuke.